Every year, millions of people around the country spill into streets, dressed as fairies, goblins, characters from their favorite movie franchise, and everything in between, partying and making mischief. But outside of a good time, how many know why they do it? Today, Halloween is $1 billion industry. But exactly how did it get there? While today Halloween is synonymous with commercialism, it wasn't always that way. The word Halloween comes from the words hallow, meaning holy person, and een, deriving as a contraction of Eve. And All Hallows Eve finds its origins all the way back in the time of the ancient Celtic pagans with the holiday of Samhain, a 3-day fire festival that essentially celebrated death and rebirth. The Celts, who lived in what is now Ireland, Scotland, the UK, and parts of Northern Europe, based their calendar on the wheel of a year, essentially divided into two halves, the light and the dark. When one gave way to the other, this transition was marked by a fire festival. The word Samhain translates into modern Irish to summer's end. Samhain celebrated the dead, and particularly the celebratory feast paid homage to loved ones who had passed away recently, essentially as an invitation for their spirits to rejoin the living. Many of Samhain's original rituals have been lost, but what we do know of their holiday traditions from Celtic folklore and ancient Roman historians is that they were intended to connect them to spirits, including costumes, most likely animal or furs to help them hide from the unfriendly ones, feasting, and making lanterns from hollowed-out gourds, seemingly the birth of the modern pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. Sacrifices, generally of crops or animals, were made during this time as an offering to the spirits. It was popular for tricks or pranks to be played by humans and blamed on mischievous spirits. As a result of the Roman invasion, with most of the Celtic land being conquered by Rome in 43 CE, the spread of Christianity and Catholicism would force pagan Celtic traditions to evolve or be completely repressed. In part, many Celtic traditions and popular pagan practices were reframed to fit within a Christian narrative, as a way of converting people with greater comfort and ease. Samhain.
You heard that? So that's what the modern day Christian church is. It's a disguised, pagan, satanic, all right, worship using the Bible.
Would evolve into All Saints' Day, which was also referred to as All Hallows' Day, and was intended to be a day to celebrate the Christian saints and martyrs. Essentially, instead of honoring pagan gods and mischievous spirits, they now celebrated Christian figures. While the sacrifices
which is idolatry. So let me get into this lesson. But that, Salakia, it goes back into the ancient, the Roman Empire, right? So give me 1 second. Salakia, 1 second. All right, so let's get into this lesson. So there's nothing new under the sun. And you got how people are deeply enchanted, right, with this so-called Halloween celebration and these other celebrations as well. So let's get into this first scripture. And people are going to make excuses. They're going to say, celebrate it for that reason. You can't change the origin of what something means and make it to what you want it to be. All right. Whether you like it or not, if you celebrate this, you're celebrating this day. Give a damn how you put it. 1 Corinthians 2:12, it says, now we receive not the spirit of the world. So what's the spirit of the world? It's many different things with this. So I noticed something through the spirit, like these people like under a spell, right? Especially our people, right? And they are in the world. That's why we said when somebody in the world, they in the world. They bound by this world. They're under the influence of this world. They're gonna copy what everybody else do in the world, right? It says now we receive not the spirit of the world. So we don't have that particular spirit on us to want to celebrate and desire to do these things that the world do. We to have a separate spirit, right? But the spirit which is of God, all right, so that guides us. We want to do things that please the Lord. And it ain't nothing good about Halloween. It's dealing with spirits, witchcraft, right? Sorcery, goons, goblins, you name it. It's a highly satanic day. It says that we might know the things that are freely given unto us of Yahweh. And this is high level wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? So this knowledge brings you out of ignorance. Let's go to this 1 Corinthians 2:12. So that's a part of us waking up, right? Being in the truth is having knowledge. That's what the Lord all about. That's the reason why we still alive, to get this knowledge, right? 1 Corinthians 2 and 12. Let's go to Benson commentary. All right. It says, now we receive not the spirit of the world. So the spirit of the world is going to celebrate these days. They don't have no choice. They're bound by the world. They're going to celebrate Halloween. Even our people that know they're not supposed to be celebrating this, right? They're going to do it anyway. Right. And that's a scary thing. It says, which suggests worldly wisdom. It says the spirit that is in worldly carnal people, right? So these people our people go off what they see in front of them. They don't have no guidance through the spirit, right? Even when our people say they spiritual, they don't know what the hell they talking about. They just saying it because it sounds good. It says, in which guides and governs them. You hear this? It says, and which guides and governs them. That's heavy, right? So they're governed by this world. The world is guiding them, right? So whatever they see the next person do, they're going to do it. They're going to copy it, right? So let's go here. Jeremiah, all right, 10 and 1. Let me start at the very top. And this is addressing you Israelites. It says, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. The house of Israel is going into the nation of Israel, right? So-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, not the Israelis. They are Edomites in that land, right? 2. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. It says, learn not the way of the heathen. What the word heathen mean? Another nation, right? That worship idols. They worship these strange so-called holidays, right? Starting at the head nation, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Learn not his ways. And that's exactly what our people are done. They under the influence, they under the spell of America. They under the spell of the Edomites. It says, learn not the way of the heathen, which this is going into something else, but this scripture applies. All right. Let me show you something with this word. Learn not the way. I'm going to go to this word way. I'm going to show you something. Right. And you got a lot of people going to indoctrinate kids to this, right? And it just goes on and on. That's why the spirit has to quicken you, wake you up, bring you out of this madness, this insanity, this idolatry, right? These enchantments, right? Because our people are sick in the head right now. It says, let me go to this word, the way, all right? Learn not the way, right? Let's get straight to the point. It says manner, habit, way. It says of course of life, right? Custom. All right, let's go to this word custom. I'm going to show you something. So learn not the way, right? The custom, right? Of these heathens, right? Custom. Check this out. It says a traditional, what is this Halloween thing? A traditional holiday is done every year. It says a traditional and widely accepted way of behaving or doing something that is specific to a particular society. That's heavy. Right? So people consider themselves to be so-called Americans, or they'll call themselves black, Mexican, Hispanic, Native American, right? But yet they are bound to the customs of the so-called white man. All right, the traditions, the practices, the observations, right? Let's go here. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. It says, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. This proves reincarnation, right? There is no new thing under the sun. So there's nothing new under the sun. Starting at these celebrations, they have an origin, right? They come from somewhere. Nothing just happens out of coincidence. And you got the origin of where this stuff goes back into. So either you're going to continue to celebrate it or you're not. If you continue to celebrate it, that means you in the world. The world got you, right? And you done, right? You have to taste judgment. They got some in a Christian church, that whole house, right? That abomination, right? Called trunk or treat, right? So they try to disguise all this stuff and try to make it like it's something innocent, right? Like it ain't no big deal, right? It says Brentwood Oaks Church of Christ, right? Which we hate that name because that image, that name Christ goes back into the image of Cesare Borgia. It says trunk or treat. So it's the same thing as trick or treat, but they try to switch it up a little bit. Check this out. Check this abomination out. J is my rock. Insanity, man. And these are all your so-called churches. And they go to show you that the so-called Christian church ain't got nothing to do with the Israelites or the truth of the Bible. The Bible is just a prop to them, right? And they don't understand the scriptures. They don't understand nothing. Let's go here. And this is the spirit of some of our people that know this. They know they're not supposed to be doing this, right? But they justify it, right? Because of their own lust, right? They want to make it about the kids, right? But that the whole thing of breaking a spell, of breaking the indoctrination, is you have to do better. You have to teach your kids the truth, not to continue to teach them lies, not to continue to celebrate these wicked holidays. All right. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. So basically, our people will be like, well, I've been celebrating Halloween up to this point. Ain't nothing happened to me. Right. But the Most High is jotting all this down. Right. He's keeping note of all this. So when you get your judgment, right, therefore, the heart of the sons of men, right, is fully set in them to do evil. So that's the ways of this world, evil, wickedness. Right. I was thinking about something earlier. I was like, man, we got to get the hell up out of here because we're surrounded by wickedness. Right. It's wickedness everywhere we look. We turn on the TV. We try to do something about the Most High. It's interrupted by wickedness, man. Right. On every level. You try to watch a documentary, they show an LGBT commercial. Right. It's just never ending. All right. We got to get out of this wicked system. And you people, a lot of our people, you're under a spell and you don't know it. You've been bewitched. It says under a spell. It says not fully in control of one's thoughts and actions. You hear this? As though in a state of enchantment. All right. So our people enchanted within the mind, right, to go and celebrate these things, yet they don't know the origin. And even when they find out the origin, they don't care because the world got more influence on them than the Most High. Right. They worship the world. The world is all they got. Right. So they don't know how to make a sacrifice and not do these things, right? Because they have to please the world. The world means everything to them. All right. We say to hell with this world. It says under a spell at the very top. It says to be strongly attracted to someone and influenced by them. Right. So our people kind of got this copycat mentality. If they see everybody doing something, that's why the scriptures say following out a multitude to do wickedness. If they see everybody doing this, they gonna do it, right? Because they feel like they're getting left out, right? They feel like they're not participating in society. They feel like they're outcasts. So that's the reason why they're gonna continue to do Halloween, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter. They're gonna continue to do it, man. They out of their mind, man. That's why judgment has to come, right? So I didn't want to make this too long, but your Christian church is true. You full of idolatry, lies, wickedness. Like the video said, the Christian church is pagan and idolatry house disguised under the entity of the Bible, right? Which ain't got nothing to do with y'all. The Bible is only for the Israelites, right? You stole our book and you're using it, right, to keep the silly-minded people in captivity to Christianity, right? That's it, man. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Halal Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rachak Wadash. Shalom.